Okay, so you guys know how being petty is like my spiritual gift, right?
Welcome to a new segment I'm calling That's Not Biblical.
Thank you for your contribution, man. Now,
Merry
Christmas.
I was like, I'm not going to talk first today. I'm just going to look at them until one of them talks.
I thought you are the one that talks first because
I
this is
am,
with your
Because
podcast.
it's technically your podcast.
I literally am. And just in that moment, I decided I wasn't going to do that.
That
Guys,
was very
remember
uncomfortable for me.
Remember when we were all supposed to post on the Heretics TikTok to let people know we were going to be doing this tonight? And then we didn't.
Yeah, that's why I put it on Instagram, but
I did put it on my Instagram story today.
When I
To be fair, though, I was sick and I had pink eye. No one wanted to see a video of me.
To be fair,
Gotcha.
I had somebody living in my house because they'd been kicked out of rehab for a week. So I'm with you, girl. Sometimes life just gets in the way.
Life comes at you fast.
Yeah.
Sometimes life comes at you fast.
It has definitely been a few days for all of us.
We are all swimming in. Have I told you guys that the end of 2022 for me involved a literal dumpster fire?
No. Like a fire on.
Welcome to the Heretics.
Dumpster.
We talk about uplifting shit.
Ooh, feel the spirit. So wait, was the dumpster literally on fire?
The dumpster was literally on fire. We were like having a family Christmas movie night. No, it wasn't even Christmas because this was the week leading into Thanksgiving because we didn't do an episode in November.
Right.
Because with Thanksgiving and everything, we just were all like, we can't do it.
Yeah.
Too much turkey and family togetherness.
Mm-hmm. Way too much.
I didn't actually feel that way because we had such a small Thanksgiving, which is nice. So it was the week, like Monday before Thanksgiving, and we were having a family movie night. And we heard a knock at our door, like a panicked knock at our door. And we were all very nervous for a brief moment because it's the kind of knock where you can tell, like, oh, this is not good.
Mm-hmm.
But what kind of not good? Who knows?
Right.
And I hear Aaron open the door and I hear someone yell at him, move your car. And Aaron was half asleep. And so he was like, what? And it was our neighbor. He was like, move your fucking car.
Oh gosh.
And Aaron was like, oh, okay. And he goes running out the door. And then I hear the neighbor yell, get your keys.
Like he just started running.
So Aaron turns around, comes back in, gets his keys, heads back out the door. And the neighbor yells, put on some shoes.
Oh my gosh. What's happening?
So Aaron comes back in. And at this point, we're all like, what is going on? So we go to the door and the dumpster for our apartment is literally on fire. Like so on fire that the dumpster has melted. And the fence around, if you've ever lived in an apartment building, you know that the dumpster is usually like fenced in. Hi, Katie. So the fence is completely gone and both dumpsters have melted. And the fire department is there actively trying to put this fire out. And we're all staring at it like.
Was your car in the way?
So the dumpsters were in the parking lot. And so everybody's car, and they were concerned that the heat from the blaze, like if something inside a car heats up too, like this could have gone real bad, real fast.
Yeah, sounds like it.
One neighbor's window got so hot that it shattered. And I think a couple people's cars, like their paint started bubbling.
Wow.
So it was very intense. So yeah, my 2022 is ending with a literal dumpster fire. And my husband and I were just looking at each other like, yeah, this tracks.
It's on brand. I understand that. I understand. I did not know where this story was going.
I said it at the beginning. We had a dumpster fire.
Okay, but I didn't, even when you said a literal dumpster fire, I didn't know you meant a literal dumpster fire.
You thought she meant a figurative, literally.
I thought she was about to be like how bad her figurative dumpster fire was.
It was. And here's the funniest part: the whole time I was out there, it never once. I'm a really bad TikToker because it never once occurred to me to like get out my phone and make a short, funny little TikTok about like my dumpster literally being on fire while I'm standing in front of the dumpster. So I feel like that would have done well.
It probably would have.
That's quality content right there.
That's also such a TikTok creator like thing to even
Oh,
think
I know.
about.
I
Like,
hated
really
myself when
shoulder.
I had the thought. I was like, "Oh God, Abby, there's a dumpster fire, and the thought you have is not
Pull out your
how are we gonna?"
phone.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So cool.
So that's how my Thanksgiving was. How was your Thanksgiving, Rachel?
It was fine. It was normal. Just at my sister's house. And it was fine. And then I didn't really do much that weekend, which was great. Thanksgiving's not my favorite. It's like the okayest of holidays for me. So,
Okay is a strong word.
yeah, it's
good.
just it's like it's cool. It's like
Do you have
I
any
like
Thanksgiving
Christmas.
traditions?
No,
None?
no, not really. No,
April,
I
do you have any
mean,
Thanksgiving traditions?
I used to, but we don't anymore. Thanksgiving's just kind of a meh holiday
see,
for
it's
me
the
as well.
okayest. April and I
Yeah.
get it. It's the
No,
Yeah.
okay.
I love Thanksgiving. We watch every episode of Friends Thanksgiving, like
Mhm.
because they always did a Thanksgiving episode, and then we eat charcuterie boards all day. And
I love it.
That's great.
This has nothing to do with Thanksgiving, but you saying the Friends episodes made me think of it. Literally, what are the chances? 7 years ago, on my 30th birthday, I wake up in the morning and I turn my TV on, and Rachel's 30th birthday episode is on, and I was like, "This is the weirdest thing ever," but also the most amazing
the
to her.
universe is
'Cause
fucking with me.
they know, they
Mm.
know. It's like that banner, was across the the room. Rachel's 30th birthday. I was like, "What? Alright, that has nothing to do with anything. Okay."
Anyway, you were telling us about your Thanksgiving.
No, I mean, it was nothing. I love Christmas. It was just like it's like a gateway to
Yeah.
Christmas. Like, I have to get through Thanksgiving.
As the person who has done the meal the last several years for Thanksgiving for my family, I just feel like it's a lot of work for very little payout,
Mm.
and that
Yeah.
seems dumb.
Well, it
Mhm.
was like it's so much work to cook, and then, like, our family got done, and we were like, Why did we make all of this
Right.
food?" Like, there's so much left over. No, like, it's good for, like, 2 or 3 days, and then you're like, "I never wanna see this food
Right.
again."
See,
So
we did Cornish hens since it was
yeah,
just gonna be the 4 of us, we did Cornish hens, and that was really nice because it was like everybody had dinner and then 1 dinner worth of leftovers, and
yeah,
the end.
that
Wow.
was smart.
The folks in our comments had a rough
Yeah.
Thanksgiving. I mean, I don't know if you guys are looking, but Katie and
Guys,
Caitlin were both,
I'm so
guys,
I'm
sorry.
so sorry.
that's so,
That laugh was not
no, it's
like
not funny, but
humorous.
It's a dumpster fire laugh where you're
Yeah.
like, "Look,
I'm just
yep,
yeah.
I'm
Like,
so
did y'all see
sorry.
that TikTok of that guy who did that one thing about me to his Thanksgiving when his aunt literally died
yes."
on
Yes.
Thanksgiving? Like, it was
Yes.
that kind of laugh. Like, oh
Right.
gosh, that's awful.
Oh, no.
But it's so like, like universal humor, where the
Yeah.
universe is like, "Ah, but yeah, no, I'm really sorry, guys. That's awful.
But now we're going to Christmas, and I love Christmas. Do you guys
I
love
love
Christmas?
Christmas. I was gonna
Mhm.
say, April, the thing you just said made me think of my favorite Christmas movie, which is The Family Stone, because it's one of those movies where it's like, this is ridiculous, but it's just ridiculous in the right kind of family way. Where if this was someone's true family story, I would be like, yeah, that tracks as what was
Yeah.
probably the worst Christmas and the best Christmas you guys have ever had as a family.
That,
Mhm.
remembering that it's your favorite and mine too makes me think of last year when I got our stream taken down because I played clips
Because
too
you
long.
played the clips.
And all of a sudden our stream was gone and everybody's like, "This
Katie's never
licensing."
seen that movie.
Oh, it's so good. It'll make you laugh, it'll make you cry. All of the things.
It's the
It's
best.
the best.
Do you have any cheesy ones that you like though? Like any Hallmark style Christmas movies that are your jam?
Listen, there were
I'm
we
listening.
may have talked about this last year, and if we did, I apologize. Do either of you remember a movie from our childhood called A Mom for Christmas with Olivia Newton-John,
Yes.
That sounds yes.
where she was the mannequin?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
For years of my life, when people would talk about the movie Mannequin, I thought that they were talking about that movie, and we were very clearly talking about different movies.
so it's very, very
Clearly.
different movies. I'm so glad that both of you know what that is because it's like
I literally would have never
Smart.
remembered that I saw that unless you said that. Like
I
you
remember
saying a mom.
she like lived in like or that like he had let her stay in like apartment over the garage or something. So I
Yes.
remember this scene where it was like raining and the girl was crying and she looked through the window and like Olivia Newton-John's arm had like gone stiff or whatever.
Oh, it's
He's
such a
turning
good
back into the
movie.
mannequin. And I was like,
I also
no.
like always had a weird this is all very off topic, but I always had like a very weird aversion to the Lindsay Lohan Tyra Banks movie Life Size because it
Mm.
felt like they were ripping off A Mom for Christmas
Oh.
without acknowledging it, and I was like, you guys suck.
Yeah, you don't do that to Olivia fucking
No.
Newton-John.
We got Katie to watch The Preacher's Wife last year.
Oh,
Oh,
that's a great movie.
it's
April,
such
have
a
you ever
great
seen
movie.
it?
I sure have multiple times.
Good. I think
Classic.
Abby and I went live last year and we were like playing the soundtrack in the
Yep.
background and just like being emotional. I think that happened.
We were in fact doing that.
That sounds about right. Well, we're not going to rehash everything we talked about on last year's episode because you
Yeah,
can just
we
go
might.
listen to that episode if you want to. Because I think it was actually called a Heretics Holiday too, because I'm super original with all of my titles. I think it
Okay.
also we have 2 Octobers now of like a Heretics Halloween. Like I don't
It
know.
makes sense though. That's what it is.
Oh, and if you are listening online on your podcast app and you just heard that, that's April yawning. April's tired.
I
I am
We're gonna
know.
liven this girl up a little bit.
I did karaoke last night and didn't go to bed till after I was like asleep. Maybe by 2. I don't
Oh,
know.
What'd you sing
lovely.
for karaoke?
Well, I sang Zombie by the Cranberries.
It's a good one.
Nice.
And I sang You Oughta Know by Alanis.
It's a great one.
And I didn't choose this, but someone chose Just Between You and Me by DC Talk, and no one was up there singing it. So me and a few other people went up there.
That was
But
for
I
sure someone pranking you.
No, it was intentional, but I couldn't remember how the verses went because that's like a deep cut DC Talk song. I
Just
feel like
between-
I know the chorus. I could not remember how the verses went,
Yeah.
so it was wasn't very good.
April, are you an alto?
No, I'm
Oh,
a
she's
soprano,
soprano.
but I like
All
singing
those songs were very
harmonies.
alto leaning, and so
They are. Well, I'm getting over being sick, so I couldn't do anything like.
Oh wow.
you couldn't do anything like what?
Did I
We're gonna
tell you
play.
about when I sang Zombie at church on Sunday?
You did.
Oh God!
I've
Please
heard
tell me it
this.
was Easter.
It wasn't, but that was like my favorite joke that somebody said to me one time. Like, did you sing on Easter? And I was like, oh, that's pretty good. No, I don't remember why I sang it. I didn't pick it. The pastor said, "Hey, can you sing Zombie on Sunday?"
That's an odd song to sing in church.
Yeah,
Trying to
so
figure
a
out
lot of the songs that he had us sing in church were
what's in your head. Is
weird.
it about Satan?
No, I also sang a Florence and the Machine song during that same series.
That's crazy because she's like a straight up witch.
The series
I
was
love
like
her.
about I think it was called Ghosts, like the things that haunt us, like grief and whatever. So I just we sang like a bunch of I don't know, so embarrassing. So embarrassing.
Is she really a witch, Abby? Florence?
I mean, I don't. She's
Like,
witchy.
I mean,
She's
she
witchy.
definitely comes across witchy. I just didn't know if
Oh
she
yeah,
love
like
that.
professed.
super mystical, super witchy,
witchcraft.
super like. I don't know if you guys are on Florence and the Machine TikTok.
I'm not, but I wish I was.
Oh
I
God,
didn't know
I
that
am.
was a side.
Oh, it is. It's a subsect of lesbian TikTok
Lovely.
because it is she does this thing in her live shows where she comes down off the stage and she walks that space between the crowd barrier and the stage. And she has these, like, I'm just going to say it, very erotic moments with
Nice.
members of the audience, but it's not erotic in like an overt sexual way. It's literally like she gets
tension
up real close and
the
puts her
tension.
hands on their faces and just like caresses them and stares at them.
What
to
are
the
all
point
three of
where
us
you're
doing
like,
right now?
this is absolutely not a thing I should. But this is. Oh, I'm uncomfortable. But
I
Can I-
into it.
Can I derail us just for a second? I know I'm the one that's trying to keep us on time.
absolutely.
but speaking
derail
of-
away,
But
April.
speaking of witchcraft, this is just something that's kind of funny.
It's witchcraft.
There's this girl on TikTok, and I'm sure y'all have seen it, who said that masturbation is witchcraft.
April is obsessed
Right.
with this video.
I am obsessed with this video, but there's a reason. I'm not just obsessed with the video. People are mistaking me for this woman because so not only did she say that masturbation is witchcraft, she also said that when you masturbate, you cause generational curses that will, quote, literally bleed into the lives of your future children.
Joke's
So-
on you, bitch. I'm not having
So anyway,
kids.
so I took her like 3-minute video, took the craziest parts of it, and put it on Twitter and was like, this girl says this, and I say in my tweet, I am so glad to be out of this form of Pentecostalism. Like, this purity culture is super harmful, right? So if you read
Mhm.
my tweet that goes along with the video, you'll clearly know I am not that girl. But we all know that it's the internet and people don't read.
People don't read. They
So
do not.
this video ends up getting 2 million views on Twitter. All these celebrities are quote tweeting me. People think I am this girl. I'm getting DMs. I'm getting creepy DMs from men detailing their masturbating.
Oh,
Like, I'm like, okay, first of all, I'm not that girl. But second of all, even if I was, that's not okay.
yeah.
But also Elijah Wood.
Yes, I
Elijah
saw
Wood.
that.
He replied to this video and I about
Awesome.
died, even though it's like not me. I'm like, whatever. It's to my
It'll
Twitter
be me
handle.
for you, Elijah Wood.
Yes. So anyway,
Weird
so I
dude. He's tiny. He owns a button that I made.
well, that's cool.
Oh. Okay.
I'm drinking Christmas wine
You
and
can't just like say that
quite
and
strong. Well, April's in the middle of the story. I'm sorry,
you're
April.
right.
Keep going.
That's fair. Totally
Anyway,
fair.
all I'll say is I met some new friends over the weekend when I was in Nashville. Father Nathan Monk, I don't know if y'all know who that is, on Facebook shared a picture, and I'm in this picture, and he tagged me with a few other people, and this one lady comments like, well, the only thing I know about April is that video that's been going around, so I don't agree with her at all, but she's your friend, so that's all I'll say. And
Because
I'm
she
like,
thinks you're the girl.
right, like it's going into like I'm making friends with like new cool people, and this video is haunting me. And people are like, I
That
don't
felt
like
a
that.
little bit like a dig, but okay.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. I like
No.
making friends with all these new cool people. These two bitches over here.
I'm tired, guys. Can
That's
we
n-
cut this
you
short
guys-
tonight?
I'm just
I was
saying,
out last night
the
late,
reason-
and so I didn't get much beauty sleep. By the way, who was I with?
My
Shut up, y'all are so dumb.
new cool
The re-
friend.
The reason why I said new is because you guys, I'm close
Was it
enough
Kevin
to.
Max? Were you
Kevin Max was
karaokeing with
there.
Kevin
No,
Max?
Kevin Max was not at karaoke, but he did see
Mm.
video of me butchering his song. So I am one to die and crawl into a hole. So
All right.
anyway, the reason why I said new, just to clarify, because now I feel bad, is because
We're
y'all,
joking.
I'm close enough to y'all that y'all know I'm not the masturbation girl. Anyway, I do masturbate, but I'm not that video girl.
I'm not saying I'm not the
Welcome
masturbation
to
girl. I'm just
Heretics
not
Holiday
the
Special.
masturbation girl.
Welcome to the Heretics Holiday Special. Do you and your
Listen.
loved ones need some wholesome family content to sit around your Christmas tree and ring in the new year?
Anyway, I replied to this
Maybe
woman.
try ringing the devil's doorbell.
I reply to this woman and I say, "Oh no, what did I do this time?" And then I put in parentheses because this is not. I've seen this happen many times. People think I'm this woman. So many. Like I have so many replies. It's still going viral. And the guy from SNL that plays Kanye West in the skits quote tweeted it. Like it's going crazy, and I'm being known for something I don't want to be known for.
Yeah,
because it's
it-
not
any
me.
that's
other-
the danger
any
of the
other
internet,
tweet.
dude.
I know. So
Mm.
anyway, so I reply to this woman and I'm like, by the way, if you're talking about the quote, masturbation causes generational curses quote video, that's not me. And then she's like, oh, that's what I did think. Thank you for clearing that up. It's like, yeah, if you read the tweet, I clearly am calling it out. Anyway, that was my whole
You want
side
to know
trail.
what my favorite thing about this was? Clearly, this matters to April deeply.
It
I
does.
do
Like,
not want to be known
we,
as the
we were talking about
masturbation
I
Florence the
understand.
Machine
girl.
and being witchy, and she was like, speaking of witchy, here's this thing that is marginally related to that word, but it gives me the opportunity to vent about something that has really been vexing me all day.
This has been my life. I need to
I get
honestly
it.
make a TikTok to be like, I'm not this girl. Stop it.
The
I don't
TikTok
stop
should
it.
just say, I'm not the masturbation girl. I
That
am the
TikTok will get
masturbation girl, but
approximately
I'm
12
not the
views.
Yeah, I
masturbation
am
girl.
a girl that masturbates, not the masturbation girl.
There are worse things that you could be known for, right?
Anyway, back to
Okay.
Christmas.
So, Christmas, the birth of the Lord.
Season of
Speaking of
giving.
joyful things
Speaking
coming.
of giving, have you given someone an orgasm
Oh
lately?
my, okay,
What
I've got
about
it. I'm okay,
We get
okay.
to
We're
give and
gonna
receive
reel
over
in
here.
Devin. Hi, Devin. So we are going to talk about Christmas, and we're going to talk about specifically the church at Christmas, which is always a great time. You know what's so crazy? Before I even play this video and we get into talking about this, I used to live for Christmas time in the church. It was like my favorite. So it's so funny to me how cringy all of this is to me now, because it wasn't even something I just tolerated. I was like, this is the best. This is the best time of the year. And now I'm like, oh gosh, I've come so far. But we are going to talk about the church and Christmas. And you probably have seen, hi AJ, you probably have seen this video if you're on TikTok, but we're going to play a real quick video for you from a church. And this is in Dallas, correct? Is that
Plano.
where it is?
I have been to this show before.
Plano? Where isn't Plano near Dallas? Is that not true?
It's a suburb of Dallas. It's part of the Dallas Metroplex. This is at
Don't
Prestonwood Church in Plano,
Preston
Texas.
Wood. Oh. Okay.
Thanks, I hated it.
So for those listening,
I
those were
hate
flying drummers in a giant
flying drummer.
auditorium on zip lines.
Let's get into this. A lot of discussion started around this on TikTok about specifically like money with these productions. And Abby, I know you have some insight on that about
Girl, you'd say when and I will go.
okay, and go.
We talked about this video in our show meeting when we planned what we were going to talk about. And we talked about how we were going to dissect it and discuss it. I couldn't wait. And I made a video. And my video is not long. I literally stitch a guy defending this video.
What was he? How did he defend it?
He was like, so this is why I stitched it, because he was basically like, apparently, guys, everybody there volunteers their time. Isn't that so cool? And also, the money from this goes directly into the church's creative missions program or creative missions department. So it's literally an outreach thing because all the money that comes in from attendance is going into this ministry. So I stitched it and I was like, listen, as someone who has experience on staff at a megachurch and is married to a production design guy, which by the way, that's what all of that's called. Right. Let me just clarify a few things. Number one, those people aren't volunteering their time. The people running that program and staffing that program are full-time paid staff of that church. And also, creative missions is the bullshit budget line title that they give that production. That's literally all it is. Yep. They're not bringing in thousands and thousands of dollars that then is then getting turned around and like put into community outreach. And it's bullshit if you think that. People are mad at me.
Weird. That's
weird.
New.
And there's in particular one guy who's arguing with me. And the basis of his argument is that I couldn't possibly know what I'm talking about. This is, I can't speak about it like I know because not all megachurches are the same. And just because I had experience at a megachurch doesn't mean I know what I'm talking about this. And I was like, your argument is stupid. This is a
Yeah.
bad faith argument because this is my thing just entirely about this. Because I was explaining this to my kids literally today. So I dumbed it down to the most childlike, innocent terms I could. I love a good Christmas production
Mm-hmm.
from a community theater program because that's its job. Its
Yeah.
job is production and entertainment. There's nothing wrong with being entertained. A church's
Right.
job is not to entertain or to be entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all this is. The church's job is to fucking like I knowing what I know about how much that light board, the board that they pan to, that is millions of dollars.
Ridiculous.
Just those boards alone, never mind the lighting rigs or the tracks that those guys are on, just those boards in that booth is millions of dollars. And
Yeah.
I promise you, there's a production room somewhere in that church that's another couple $1,000,000 because it's all of the screen. It's exactly what you think it is. It's a literal production room where
Yeah.
the person producing, yes, I hate to break it to you guys, but mega churches have producers, not just for fancy events, but for weekend services too. They're the ones who say, switch to this camera, switch to that camera, switch to whatever. It's all there and it's literally the industry standard. And I think the fact that it is the standard across the industries is reprehensible. And that is my position on the subject.
Yeah. I just keep coming back to like why, because I know that what they would say,
Why?
right? It's to share the gospel. That's why, the churches I grew up at doing like their
Santa
Easter, like
flies in on a rocket sled.
like that has nothing to do with the gospel, right? I don't think that it does. I I remember, and I actually told her I was going to share this story. I got permission first. Um, Simply because it was really actually traumatizing for her. But so the mega church here in town, where I attended, I talk about it on my other podcast and on TikTok for those of you that know what it is. And I've never said its name, but I'm going to right now.
Do it. If
Well,
people brought it up in my comments.
I've actually still never said the name of like my church where all my trauma is, and I'm not going to do that. But this is Crossroads Church in Cincinnati, Ohio, which you should definitely look up, because you'll see lots of things like when they what's the word I'm looking at? Broke a horse? Is that what you call it?
Oh, that
Broke.
was that
When
church?
they
Oh, that's
broke,
the
they
church
did it
I went
multiple
to.
times because they did one horse each service for like
Yeah,
3 or
so it's
4
multiple horses.
services.
So this
Oh,
wouldn't be any surprise to you, but when I first saw this video from Prestonwood, um, them just flying in was a little triggering for me. My best friend Maggie was in attendance at this night. It was called a Weighted, and Crossroads has done it for a million years. And it was at the church, and then now it's been like downtown, like where the Broadway shows are and stuff. Millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars. And they had these aerial artists on harnesses doing this stuff when Jesus was being born. And
Because of course they did.
because clearly that's what happened.
mhm.
And one of these aerial artists was not secured in her harness, and in the middle of all of this place fell and died in the middle of the service. Yeah,
That's awful.
it's awful. And I'm not trying to like use that as be like, this is why you shouldn't do this. But it made me even think way back when I was still like this was like what, 7-8 years ago, maybe. I was still very evangelical at the time. Like, what are we doing? Like when she
Right.
died, I remember thinking like, what the
Was
fuck?
that worth
what was
whatever
that
your
for?
goal
Was it
was?
worth Yeah, was it worth it? And, like, again, as Abby was saying, the people that do all of this production at a church like Crossroads are professionals that are paid, so it wasn't like they were using these rig systems and they were just, like, random dads, of kids in the youth group, like, they're
Right.
professionals, and still this happened because accidents happen, but for what?
What a
Like, to
lot of
make
people don't
Crossroads look
necessarily
good?
know is that kind of stage work is actually unionized work. And
Mm,
so if you're not using the union, if you're using a private in-house system, there are rules, like there are
mhm,
laws about
yeah,
what can be done. And so yeah, people act like it's like that happened because untrained no, they literally hired professional aerial dancers
mhm,
and the equipment riggers were professional production design people,
yeah,
but like, ugh, ugh,
and for what?
yeah,
For what? Like, I don't know, like, maybe I'm wrong. But I
Probably
don't
not.
think people I don't think like mass amounts of people are coming to Christ because of Christmas
No.
place. I don't think that that's a thing. I think that it is done to make the churches look good, which is why, and I've been part of production teams before. Like, what can we do that is aesthetically pleasing and cool and current? How can we get people's attention? And it's for Christians. It's for people
Yeah.
who love baby Jesus to come to
It's country
it's
club
not
bullshit.
about it is. It's country club bullshit. It's not about telling other people about Jesus. Everybody knows the story of Jesus' birth.
For real. Right. He's got the literal best PR.
Well, maybe he's not so good.
That's
Although
like
this was my first time learning about the flying drummers who were there at
right,
Jesus's
right. I
birth.
had no part of that. I will say that when I first found Matthew Paul Turner all those years ago, the fact that his blog was called Jesus Needs New PR was like so great to me because I was
Yeah.
like, yes, he really does. But
Oh, sorry.
go ahead. No, you're good.
So April and you and I have talked before about being from families that were sort of a big deal in the circles we each came from.
Mhm.
And one of the things that meant for me is that I actually have a lot of experience with this same sort of um like production. Obviously the tech was different, in 1993 no angels were hovering, or no drummers were hovering over the audience, but in an auditorium that easily sat, I want to say 2,000 people, which in 81 to like I think 2003 2004, that was not nothing.
Mhm.
And they did have an angel on a wire, even at that time, and they had live animals. They had like, I mean, the me now would look back at it and call it like ostentatious and super ridiculous and just such an oppositional to the gospel display. The me then, I mean, I was a child, but the me then, like, I found it magical and I found it like enchanting and beautiful. And I think that it's such an interesting examination of what deconstruction does, because like I still feel all of those sentimental feelings for what I lived through at times,
Yeah.
at every age of my time in the church. But now on this side of it, I look back at it and I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God.
Were you
Yeah.
in any of the productions?
I was. Indeed, I was. One of my
sure.
cousins was baby Jesus
Mm.
every year, because every year I had a cousin that was like around 3 years old, and they prided themselves on being biblically accurate at the time of the wise men's arrival.
Mm.
They still only
Love
have
that.
3 though.
Mm.
So they weren't super
No.
accurate.
But I got to, every year I sat on the stage on a giant gift box under a giant Christmas tree with my grandmother, with my brothers and my cousins, and we all sang a song. I mean, it was like,
As
it was,
one does.
looking back at it now, I'm like, oh, that's righteous gemstones shit. Like that's like real weird, real
I
fucking
feel
weird.
like that show just is
It's
very
very encapsulating.
it exposes my life a
Oh
little
my God.
bit.
I'm gonna send you guys a picture of me at 3 years old on the stage singing. But
How about you just saying that made me think of that in the Easter play that like they started at the beginning with like Jesus' birth, like a real quick, like, him growing up, that my niece was baby Jesus, which granted she is female, but also she is Black. And so it was probably slightly more
nice.
accurate than any of those other kids at that church could
Gender
have been.
bent Black Jesus. I'm into it.
I love it. The skin was much more accurate than any of those little blonde-headed babies that had done it before.
It is interesting though, because like my kid, we go to a Lutheran church and they're doing a Christmas production, and it's a considerably lesser affair, obviously.
Yeah.
And Lula is going to be Mary, and Gabe is going to be a wise man, and Aaron is going to be a narrator, and I'm going to be sitting in the back row like, I don't care about any of this. I'm only here for the Pop-Tarts.
Of course Aaron's gonna be a narrator. I can
Of
totally
course.
see that.
He had
Of
a
course he
Zoom
is.
he had a Zoom meeting to plan for it tonight, and his big contribution was, I really feel like we should do voices as we're narrating. And he got shot down. That
I,
pastor was like, no, no.
I
Low
just actually
voices.
talked about him the other day because I was telling someone it was a year ago, like right now, you guys, that we were all together basically, a couple days ago. And I was talking about when we were at Derek's church and how we all were crying or whatever. I was telling someone that.
Remember
And
it well.
I was saying, you know, like Derek does like an interactive service. And there was, you know, I was like, oh, I'm crying. I can't possibly talk. And it got real quiet for a second when he said something. And all of a sudden I hear Aaron. And I'm like, okay, Aaron's talking. Aaron talked enough for all of us. It's fine.
He is the group emissary.
He like answered a couple different things, and I was like, oh, good. None of us have to talk.
You know, speaking of Aaron, though, because this is another thing that I always think about when it comes to these big Christmas productions that people don't necessarily think about. So, Aaron was a children's pastor at a megachurch for years. And the thing about being a children's pastor at a megachurch is you're not a pastor to children. You are a pastor to 100 some odd adults who are volunteering in the ministry down there. But he was never in a classroom in front of kids like that. Anyway, at these kinds of services, you still have to have kids' church or some kind of thing because people want to bring their kids, but they don't want to bring their babies. They don't want to bring their
Yeah.
toddlers. They don't want to bring the kids who are going to be a distraction, who are going to be difficult. They want to they want to be able to enjoy it. And so you are still volunteering people from your church in shifts unless you're one of the cool mega churches which pays for childcare. An event like this, the church we were at would have paid childcare workers to come because you weren't running like a Sunday school programming. You were running like actual childcare, like daycare, because that's all it was. So even that, when I think about people talking about the money that goes into this, I'm like, that is part of what is being paid for, literal babysitters. But yes, this is a phenomenal use of church resources.
Yeah.
I feel like the like milder shows though, where it's just like your typical live nativity and the kids are acting and it's cute and
Yeah.
it's chaotic. Like I think those are cute and they're fine and it's not like a ton of money went into it.
For
It's like,
sure.
and as a kid, I as a homeschooled kid, I loved being able to be part of these productions because I didn't get that opportunity anywhere else because I did school at home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I don't think there's anything wrong with actually doing the programs.
Like involving the children of your church to do something fun, I think is fun. I actually think that churches who do that, you create ownership of that church in the kids program.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like a kids production with like some adults
Yeah.
helping
That's what my
versus
kids
like
are doing on Sunday.
yeah, that we did those two. Beecher and I, Beecher worked. I volunteered as a worship leader, but it was basically a part-time job. But Beecher was full-time as the production director for the church that we were at when we first got married in Virginia. And it would not be a mega church by like mega church standards today, but it was a multi-campus satellite church. I think it got up when we were there like to maybe 4,000 members. Anyway, one year when Beecher was working there full time, we had 6 Christmas Eve services. We had 2 on Christmas Eve and 4 on Christmas Eve, and we weren't close to any family. So we had to fly to our family's Christmas in Georgia on Christmas Day because we couldn't because it was our job. Like you couldn't, there was zero way that we could actually be
This
home
is
for
our
Christmas.
very first year where we don't have to do that. Last year was our very first year.
So one of my very close friends and the people from like church world that I still am with all the time, he was the executive pastor at the church. They are from Indianapolis, only like an hour and a half from here. And I remember she'd always be so mad because her and the kids would go to Indy, but Brock couldn't come till after service, like that night to come out there.
Yeah.
And I remember who it was then, I was kind of like, it's his job. Like I have to be here. He has to be, we all have to be here to do this service. And I was like annoyed with her about it, being like, why wouldn't you want to be here with us? Like you can go home tomorrow. And now on this side, I'm like, no, that man should have been able to be in Indianapolis with his parents and his wife and children instead of doing 3 services over here with candles and the same damn songs we sang every year. Like, why?
Well, and there's also people, because Christmas falls on a Sunday this year. And I don't know if there's been like debate on Twitter.
Listen.
Like a bunch of Theo Bros are mad at churches that are canceling their services since Christmas is on Sunday. And then there's all these other people that are like, no, Christmas should, though there's no better way to spend Christmas than at church. And
Let me
not
read.
canceling.
Let me read this to you. I screenshot this thing that people were sharing on Twitter. This pastor said, if your church cancels service on Christmas Day, just go ahead and cancel all the services from now on. I mean, people are going to make their own decision based on the condition of their heart, but a church that makes that decision to close its doors on Christmas isn't a church to begin with, and you can quote me on that. I'm not misspeaking. You aren't misunderstanding what I just said. A church that places people above Christ on the very day that we celebrate the birth of Christ forfeits its right to exist. Christ is greater than gifts because he is the greatest gift we have ever received.
Who said that?
I don't remember. Michael Foster shared it. You know, I hate that guy, but I don't think it was
Yeah.
Michael. Now, Michael did say,
I
you should
agree.
leave your church if they don't.
Yeah, he's probably like, I agree with this guy. Right on. Fire emoji. Fire emoji.
Advice.
What is the difference between worshiping with your family at home and
See, I want to go find that tweet now. I don't spend a lot of time on theology Twitter because they're all fucking annoying.
It's
Oh my
And every last
brutal.
They're
every
so
last one
annoying.
of those douchebag Theo bros with a platform, I'm not gonna lie to you. I want to hit him. Like I want to hit him just like square in the throat just one time. Just enough to make them contemplate whether using their voice is really worthwhile. But
I like it.
I want to go find this tweet and I really want to just like fembot them where you say something that just makes their brain explode. And I want to be like, guys, the Sabbath isn't actually a Sunday anyway. So what's the difference? If you want to worship on the Sabbath on Christmas, go on Saturday and you're fine.
They literally won't even care if you
I
say that.
know.
Like they are so
technically
These
in
are the
American
people-
Christian
These are the
calendar
same
year.
guys that will argue with you that Jesus literally said every word in the Bible.
right.
'Cause It's his literal word.
These
You're
are
like, no,
also
it's not.
these are also the
I
same
love to ask
people.
those people, like, oh, so Jehovah, Jesus said Jehovah, a word that's not actually in any of the. Okay, cool.
Cool.
I like to
Much
pick
better.
the ones where it's like, and she touched his genitals like donkeys. I'm like, Jesus said this.
It's
And then
how
they're
it
like,
Jesus-
well, it's inspired.
My favorite is the ones that make Jesus sound a little gay. So Jesus said, "My king sits before me on his couch, and my nard gave forth its fragrance." Really, Jesus said that? I'm into a Jesus that says that. But are you?
but are you? But are you? What I'm seeing and like the people who are tweeting this stuff about like, you know, like don't go to that church if they don't have church on Sunday
Mhm.
are the same people that wouldn't close their doors because of COVID.
Oh, yeah.
So it's the same kind of people because they esteem that Sunday morning over anything.
Right.
Over all of the people that they minister to. They don't actually care. We knew they didn't care about your health. Well, now they're like making sure we know they don't care about your family. They don't care. Okay, I'm trying to talk about this. And Katie said,
I got very distracted by that comment.
Katie, I'm going to send you a book.
This is why you guys should be here so you can see
Listen,
what Katie said. I'm
They
not
did
saying it out
say
loud.
Jesus was fully human. I don't know a
They
single man
did.
who hasn't.
I'm uncomfy. I'm uncomfy.
I once made a girl in Bible college. Well, Aaron and I accidentally okay, well, that makes it sound weird. Rachel, finish your story.
Okay. Well, I was just saying that this is
Katie,
just one
stop
more
bringing up
way
masturbation.
that they're proving that they don't care about us. That's all I was trying to say, but thank you, everybody.
My Christmas wine is delicious.
Oh, my Lanta.
How many times can we bring up masturbation?
I think that should be our new song, like the song that plays during the intro. And then literally the game every episode is how often we can bring it up.
This is actually the episode where we announced the Heretics OnlyFans.
You guys, we could make money.
Didn't we talk about a calendar once?
We
Yes.
did talk about a deconstruction.
No, that was
Deconstruction-
on Evangelical-ish.
Oh, was it?
That wasn't
Well,
us. I don't know.
hey,
I just
we're-
transposed Rachel and I over Jeremy and Paul.
We can do a double feature.
I want to say, listen. No,
Listen.
if we do a
Listen.
deconstruction calendar, The men don't get to. No, the women get to like
Be in it.
no, like control it. I'm not interested. No,
Who would
It's
you
a
put in your
sexy
deconstruction sexy calendar?
my God, so many people.
So many people.
Hmm.
So many people.
This
We're not gonna say it live.
I
right
know
here.
we're not gonna say because I don't want to. I'm gonna text both of you later and be like, "All right, here's my lineup."
Okay, but can I just can we say I say
Rachel
one?
and I would have to both do May because our birthdays are both in May. No, yours is in June.
you April thinks she has cooler friends than us. You don't know when my
I
goddamn
did
birthday
not
is.
say I had cooler
It's because we're both
friends.
Geminis. But then I
New.
remembered you can be a Gemini and be in June, and
I'm
your
the
birthday is
last
in
day of
fact in
Gemini.
But
May.
Actually,
okay,
my birthday is in
wait,
June.
hold on. My
Yeah.
birthday's in February. Do I
Mhm.
do February or April?
Oh, April's a little
No,
on the
wait,
nose,
didn't
but
you
I
just
like
wait?
it.
Didn't you just start an
Thank-
alter ego Twitter?
April of Pain. No, that's not me. Someone else started that actually.
Okay, well
as
then we
a-
get April of Pain to be
Mm.
April or February.
Ah.
You know,
I'll do April of Pain in April and then me in February.
Okay, I was
Exactly.
just trying to say that we weren't going to say any names, but I was going to drop one because I'm pretty sure that this person would be in all three of our calendars. And it's a safe one to drop.
I think I know who you're gonna say.
say it.
I don't want to say her real name. So Eve would
Eve was
definitely
framed.
be.
God, Eve was at the top
was
of my
framed.
fucking list.
Yes.
Right
Yeah.
She
now,
would
and be like,
definitely.
we just sexual. Can I tell you guys a funny story about Eve? My brother, who has had his dog for like, I mean, his dog was old. What's the oldest a dog can be? And then add a couple years, he was
Oh,
18.
gosh.
Oh, I
That
thought you were
fucking dog-
asking us
yeah,
to guess.
No, I'm saying that fucking dog was old.
Okay.
And he was heartbroken a couple weeks ago because he was like, hadn't put the dog down. And I tweeted and I tagged my brother and I tagged Eve. And I was like, hey, this is my friend Eve. She's super hot and an atheist. And like, you know, have enjoy that content. And I said to Eve, I'm so sorry. I'm no better than a man. And then my brother texted me a little bit later and he was like, she has great content. And I was like, yeah, she does. And he was like, and she is in fact very hot. And I was like,
Yes.
yeah, she is.
She's beautiful.
We're gonna
She's
clip
beautiful.
this and we're gonna put it on TikTok. And
We
we're gonna
are. We're
tag
all
her.
like fangirls. We're like,
I know. She's so sweet and like
She
kind, like she's
is.
just like an awesome person too, on top of
Yes,
other things.
She's really great. All the other people that are going to make into our calendar, we'll be talking about not on a live broadcast where people can use information against us. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, wait.
Do you want to get to our game? Because April
but
put us
I'm-
on a
I'm getting
timeline tonight.
tired.
April's timeline. Okay, hold on a
Are
second.
you taking a picture of us?
Yes, just smile. Okay, well, I don't know why that was your smile.
Was
do
I
you want
fine?
to try? Do you want to try again?
Sure.
Me or her?
No, April.
I'm trying to be all
Okay.
trying to be
We're
more
literally live right
innocent
now.
after all that, self-love talk.
Well, I'm literally gonna put this on Instagram and tag Eve and be
Oh, I
like,
love it.
not the heretics sitting here for half an hour talking about how hot Eve
Flirting.
is.
Listen, before we get to the game though, all that to say, if you're listening to this before Christmas, because it'll be up like in the next couple of days, because I actually remember this time. If you don't want to go, if you currently go to church, even like a good church, right? Even not like those crappy ones we all left. If you don't want to go to church on Christmas Day, don't go.
Don't go.
Like, if you want to, please go. Like, just your salvation does not hang on this decision.
No.
They're so dramatic. They're so dramatic because they need you there, because they need to continue to reinforce the idea that you being in their building on Sundays, paying your tithes there and giving your energy and your talents there is the most important thing you'll ever do. And that's horse shit.
Mhm.
Okay, thank you. That was my sermon for
Yeah.
the night. Abby has a game for us, everybody.
Abby does have a game. I'm
Also,
posting
listen,
this photo
whoa,
on
wait. I needed to point out that like I'm in red. I've got like these little
lipstick. I
gift
have a white
earrings on.
sweater.
And April literally, like at one point, Abby was talking and April was like this.
I'm so tired. I can't tell you lot. I don't ever stay out late. And it was just a thing. And I'm sorry. I forgot to dress Christmassy. My drink is red.
Don't care. I'm just kidding.
My hair is reddish. It's not
Your
Christmas
hair is
red,
reddish.
but-
All right, Abby, what are we doing for this game?
We're gonna play a game where you guys have to guess the worst Christmas songs of all time.
Okay.
And the way that we're going to do that is I'm going to read the lyrics and you guys are going to guess. And if you
Do we like
can't,
buzz in?
yeah,
How do
when
we raise our hand?
no, just say it. The first person to say it.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm,
And if you get it, I have to take a drink. And if you don't get it, you guys have to take a drink.
So we're working together.
April,
Kind
what
of.
what are you
Ultimately,
drinking?
you are still keeping score. And
Tequila.
at the end, the person with the most points wins a prize.
Mm.
A prize?
Ooh, is
Don't
it a
get too
button?
excited.
Is it the
It's
button
not.
Elijah Wood has?
Is it the button?
I don't know
Yes,
what the
I'm gonna
button
go.
is.
I'm gonna go find Elijah Wood.
Take its
Steal
button.
the button.
Can I have your button? Okay.
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 Mm.
Okay.
Okay. The problem is, you guys aren't. So before we started, I asked Rachel, how should we do this? Should I read lyrics or should I play a clip of the song? And we agreed that reading the lyrics was the best. But I just want to go on the record as saying it does significantly decrease your chances of accurately guessing.
Question. We just have to guess the title of the song, or can
Yes.
we like
Or do we
if
have to
we
sing it?
sing it? If we
I
sing
will
it?
accept. I will accept either.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, ready?
Okay.
Oh, I don't raise my hand. I just do it. Okay.
Okay.
Just, these
We're
are
live.
all. These are
We're
all.
live.
Listen, these are all real Christmas songs that
Okay.
have been played fairly, somewhat, a lot. Okay.
Are these gonna be obscure?
Please, Daddy, don't get drunk this Christmas. I don't want to see my mama cry. Please, Daddy, don't get drunk this Christmas. I don't want to see my mama cry.
The fuck?
Just last year, when I was only 7, I'm almost 8, as you can see. You came home at 11:15 and fell down underneath our Christmas tree.
Oh, this feels dark and
I am sad.
I might cry.
I don't know this song.
Any guesses so far?
Literally no.
I've got nothing.
Please, Daddy, don't get drunk. Mama smiled and looked outside the window. She told me, son, you'd better go upstairs. Then you laughed and hollered, Merry Christmas. I turned around and saw my mama's tears.
Abby, what is
This is
this?
not uplifting at all.
I had never heard this song before tonight, but not only. All right, so you both have to take a drink. Not
Oh,
only
feels very
fair.
I can find random songs no one's heard of too.
No, not only was this a relatively popular John Denver song, Alan Jackson also did a fairly popular cover of it.
What's it called?
It's
Fairly.
called Please Daddy Don't Get Drunk This Christmas.
I'm listening to this after.
Wow.
After
Well, I'm
we
just
go
gonna
off
start
the air.
guessing the titles based on the lyrics you're saying.
I don't know, Andrew. I don't know how
I
it's
don't
Why
real.
would
know how
that be a
that's
Christmas
real.
song?
All right,
Oh my
next.
gosh.
Holiday
Okay.
cheer right there.
I'm gonna be drunk.
It's Christmas time. There's no need to be afraid. At Christmas time, we let in light and we banish shade. And in our world of
like that word.
plenty, we can spread a smile of joy. Throw your arms around the world at Christmas time. But say a prayer. Pray for the other ones. At Christmas time, it's hard. But when you're having fun, there's a world outside your window, and it's a world of dread and fear, where the only water flowing is the bitter sting of tears.
Where are you finding these,
This one
Abby?
This one, when I say the title, you'll both be like, "Oh yeah." But I will be honest with you,
Will I?
I've never looked at the lyrics until this moment.
What is it?
Hey, listen, and the Christmas bells that ring, oh my God, they are clanging chimes of doom. Well, tonight, thank God, it's them instead of you. What the fuck?
Oh, that's
And there
not
won't
nice.
be snow in
this a
Africa this
Republicans?
Christmas.
Oh,
The greatest gift they'll get this year is life, where nothing ever grows, no rain nor rivers flow, Do they know it's Christmas time at all?
Uh, what's the name of that song? Is it that one song?
Oh yeah, that.
Hold on, I'm thinking.
Is this
Do
song racist?
they know it's Christmas time at all? Or whatever.
And
That one?
that is how that chorus goes, and that is the title of the song. And this is actually an incredibly famous song. Do they know it's Christmas?
I know that,
I
but
do
I
know
didn't
that
know those
song.
words.
I've never paid attention to the bells of
paid
doom.
attention to the lyrics. This was fucking depressing, but you
That's
did get it. So I will take a drink.
Rachel, you don't have to drink. We're on a team.
Oh, it's us against her.
Rachel actually knew that. It was just so depressing that she was like, "I gotta take a drink."
Yeah, actually, I'm gonna go ahead and just take a drink.
So what I learned in this process is that bad Christmas songs fall into two categories.
The 80s, which is that one?
No, the incredibly depressing
Yeah.
or the super nonsensical.
Okay.
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 All right.
This is going well.
I know you guys are doing great. Right now we're 1 for 1. You guys didn't get one, but then you did get one.
Okay.
1 and 1. We're 1 and 1. We're not 1 for 1.
Thank you for that correction, April.
You're welcome.
Do they know? For the record, that song was made. It was supposed to be like a woke 80s, charity song.
I don't listen to anything woke.
And that song, like, clearly is so incredibly demoralizing. I'm like, what? Who greenlit this? Okay, ready?
The 80s.
I would like to apologize in advance.
Oh gosh.
Ho, 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 oh. Little train, my little elf, another great Christmas. Ah, man, it's boring. Same thing every year. So let's have a funky Christmas. Have a funky, funky Christmas.
Is this called Funky Christmas?
It is called.
I
Technically, it's called Funky, Funky Christmas, but I'll give it to you.
win. What is this? Where did you
This was a
find these
Christmas
songs?
song by New Kids on the Block that charted. It charted.
Listen, I need you to know that I was coming into this game thinking it was going to be really easy. I was going to know every song that you said.
But we said bad Christmas songs.
Well, I know a lot
But
of
I
bad
thought it
Christmas
was bad Christmas songs that we knew, not just Christmas.
But these are bad Christmas songs that have been on the charts and popular in our lifetimes. And like
New Kids on the Block, I was like 3.
baby, that's not my
Okay,
fault.
well,
It's not my
why don't you
problem.
just remind us that you're younger than us? Thank you.
All right, ready?
I'm not that much younger. I was
I know,
probably
you didn't listen
I
to
was
New
probably
Kids
more
on
like
the
April
8.
also won't know because she was a conservative Christian when it was released.
Oh.
So
Well, I
was
did
I'm
I did
sure.
listen to some rebel music though.
Oh, maybe you'll know it. I feel like it's on the fence. Like I could
Hmm.
see you listening to this band at this time.
Okay.
These are your good years. Don't take my advice. You never wanted the nice boys anyway. And I'm of good cheer because I've been checking my list. The gifts you're receiving from me will be one awkward silence.
It's a Fallout Boy.
It is. Do you know the name of it?
Yuletide greetings. Or you'll shoot your eye out.
April, I'm so impressed with you right now.
I love that song.
Everybody
love that
that's
song
listening
too.
to this needs to take a drink
As
because
soon as you
of-
started singing, I was like, these lyrics sound very familiar.
I
I
like
don't
that
know
it was
that.
that
One
difficult
awkward
for you guys
silence.
to get the Band-Aid song that's like very famous
Oh,
to
how
the
does
point
that
that
go?
the love actually that's the one. Do they know it's Christmas time at
Two
all?
Band-Aid.
hopes you cry yourself to sleep waiting up with the telephone. Yeah.
I'm just so impressed because like I really thought that was going to be
Oh, I need to listen to that song. I haven't listened to that yet this
I love
season.
that song. Okay. One more.
Okay.
April has 2 points. Rachel, you
I
have
have
0 points.
0.
I thought we were on a
I have
team
negative
What, and
points.
how does she have 2 points?
because I got
Because
the
she got
Christmas
the other
one.
one.
I mean, they're all
Okay. Oh,
Christmas. I got the
jeez.
Christmas time.
Okay.
The doom bells.
The
Okay.
Doom Bells. All right. It was almost Christmas time. There I stood in another line, trying to buy that last gift.
Christmas shoes!
too.
Christmas shoes! Christmas shoes! Christmas shoes!
Oh gosh, I hate that song.
Sorry, I just screamed. I'm so sorry.
It is Christmas shoes.
Sir, I wanna buy these shoes.
For
For
my
my
mama.
mama
I thought we were all gonna sing. Let's
Eve.
do it.
It's Christmas Eve and these shoes are just hers.
We're all on a different.
decision. The thing is, a Christmas song should not have the line, "Can you hurry, sir? Daddy says there's not much time before Mama meets Jesus tonight."
Who took this kid to the store?
Yeah, how'd the kid
walked.
get to the store?
He walked.
Nobody was. His mother was dying, and nobody noticed
It was
he
like
had
a
left the
contemporary
house.
Little Match Girl song. Like, it was like, what the fuck is this?
Sir, I wanna buy these.
Also,
then they
how
made a
heartless was
movie.
the clerk to be like, man, too bad, kid.
I know.
Seriously.
Sorry, kid, you're 2 cents short. I guess it's gonna be a lean Christmas this year.
Sucks to suck.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh my god.
We don't talk about that song, Caitlin. We don't talk about
It
that
took
song.
one line though, and I knew it. 'cause
I know.
love
That's
the-
the problem. Especially because in the song, those lines are like sung with almost no music.
Mhm.
I was like, this is going to be so recognizable so
I
quickly.
wanna buy these shoes.
Listen, I probably wept over that once upon a time, right?
No, listen,
But-
if I listen to that song all the way through, it does make me cry, and I hate it.
That's
The
fucking
emotional
weird.
manipulation of that song is not cool.
Do you know what? Before you do, are you done, Abby?
I have a special
Oh, okay.
surprise
Oh, like
bonus
special
round.
music, like during the
special
offering.
music. Thank you.
Pass
Thank
the
you for
bucket
getting
around
that.
right now. Yeah.
April, did you ever have to do special music?
Oh, I did special music all the
All
time.
the time.
I did too. And as you both know, I don't sing. And so it was like very traumatizing.
Oh.
We
Sorry.
should all compare notes someday about which special music, because we all are around-ish the same age.
Mhm.
A
I'm
lot
gonna
of Jackie Velasquez.
a lot of
which,
Jackie
you know.
Oh, I
Velasquez,
did
a
some
lot-
of her. A
I
lot of
need
Point
you
of Grace.
guys. I need you to look up a song though, if you think of it after this, because while we were all singing that stuff, you know, my dad was in Southern gospel quartets, and he really wanted me to sing Southern gospel. And so he did make me sing a song one time on stage called "Tears Are a Language God Understands." And to this day, if we start singing it to make fun of him, and he gets annoyed because he's like, "That's a really good song," and I'm like, "No, it isn't, Dad. It really was." But he made me sing it, and all my friends didn't think it was cool, right? Because we were listening to, you know, cool stuff, and I was like,
Because you
"I'm gonna
guys were
sing this
cool
freaking-
kids who listen to cool music.
right?"
Mm.
All right, what's
I'm
the
gonna,
special?
ready? I'm gonna play the special song, and hopefully this goes well because I'm literally just playing my phone into a microphone.
Oh, okay.
And that's just how it is.
People thought we were characters.
Who is that?
What
Who-
is that?
I've
This.
never heard that.
This, and I want to just go ahead and say I do in fact still own this cassette tape. This is the DC Talk Christmas album. Yo
DC Talk
Ho
did a
Ho.
Christmas album.
Sure did.
Mm.
It's a
How
real
did I miss
deep.
that?
It's a real deep cut.
I was gonna say it sounded like DC Talk, but I was like, I know all the DC Talk songs. Wow, missed that
So-
one.
She
It
has
came
friends,
out
Kevin
in
Mack.
1990. So it was like right after New Thing. It was like the
You know, he
very
on it.
yes.
God,
No,
I do
I've
Had a
never-
whole album of Christmas bangers. And you should all it's only available on YouTube. It's not on Spotify.
Wow.
Okay. No, didn't know that one. So who won this thing?
I'm
April?
not sure. I think all of us as a friend group won because we learned that Christmas
I knew
is
Christmas
about
shoes.
togetherness. And it's definitely also about crying a little bit, apparently.
Listen,
Christmas
before we
shoes.
go, what is your favorite like non-hymn, like not church Christmas song? I'll tell you mine. I mean, I have a favorite, like Holy Night's my favorite, like, you know, Jesus-y Christmas song. But my favorite song that like so random is Hard Candy Christmas by Dolly Parton. I listen to that song a million times a year. You don't know that?
I don't know that.
Well, you should listen to it. Hard Candy Christmas.
I
And
don't
I
know
love
it
that
either.
song. All right, what's yours? Go. Okay.
I don't know. I mean, like,
I-
as far as a classic song, I Want a Hippopotamus for Christmas. It's just a
That's a
fun one,
classic.
you know? Yeah. And I also like that Fall Out Boy song that I forgot about till just now. That used to be my favorite, and I'm going to bring it back. I also really like
Do
Reliant
it.
K's 12 Days of Christmas.
Mm.
The Reliant K version specifically.
I
Alright.
love all Christmas music, and I super love. Okay. Now, look, I just want to say I'm from Chicago, and it's a very high Italian population. And in Italy, Santa doesn't ride a sleigh, Santa rides a donkey. And so there is a Christmas song called Dominic the Donkey, a significant portion of which is just the lyric hee-haw, hee-haw.
Oh, okay.
It's Dominic the Donkey.
That's your favorite?
I love it so much. Jiggity jig, hee-haw, hee-haw, the Italian Christmas donkey.
Oh
Wow.
my god.
I've missed that, but that sounds fun.
People
See,
know
thank
it.
you for the people.
know it.
Yes, Caitlin and Katie,
Mm.
thank you so much.
No, I'm just gonna stick with Dolly Parton over here. Hard Candy Christmas.
It's just like such a fun, weird Christmas song. Also, April, Rachel, don't say a word. April, this
Oh.
is a really important question brought on by
Mm.
something Rachel posted. And I need to know,
Mm.
April, you look
Yes.
at me. Rachel,
Mhm.
you stop making facial expressions at
Well,
all.
I'm confused.
No,
Okay.
shh. Okay. In the Christmas song, I saw mommy kissing Santa Claus.
Yes, I've sang that in church.
Is okay, that's a lot to unpack. Is Santa Claus or the dad?
The dad.
The dad.
Listen, I
Like, who the fuck thinks she's really down there making out with Santa?
not only did I until like
For the record,
2
I
years
thought
ago,
it
but
was
all my
Santa when I was a
friends did
kid.
too.
When you were a child. That's the
I
point
was
of the
so
song.
I posted this and then I shared it this year. And if you read the original comments from all my friends, so many people were like literally figuring this out right now as you're saying this. We definitely all I thought mom was a ho. A ho ho ho.
All these people apparently been singing that song thinking that mom is like legitimately macking with the actual Santa.
I believed that.
That's hilarious. Yes, Katie, I did sing that song in church.
Abby,
And it
if
was
you want to end this show making fun of me,
I
that's
love
how you
so
want to
much.
end this year.
No.
it was right before my grandfather and my grandma, who were the pastors of the church, rode out in a wagon and kissed under mistletoe.
Nice.
And my
That's
grandfather
when you
was
see-
dressed as Santa. And she was Mrs. Claus.
I support it. I do think, obviously not for this show because April has to go. Because she's tired because she hung out with her new cool friends last night.
Emphasis on the new part. Y'all are also
No,
cool.
we caught that, April. Thank you.
What?
I think you thought that was gonna
I'm
make it like better
fine.
somehow, but you're like, just wanted to clarify, you are
I'm
my
fine.
old friends and they are my new friends.
No, it's just all still friends. Like, you mean new friends. Like, they don't know you that well. They don't know you well enough. If some random okay, whatever.
Okay.
Some randoms are like, well, I don't like what that lady posted on the internet, which is normal.
Oh no, we heard the story. We heard the story.
I get it. I get it, April. It's fine. I'm fine.
Do I need to bring up masturbation again?
Yes, please. Thank
I'd
you.
really prefer if you stopped, actually.
Okay, what are you trying to
my
say,
point
Abby?
is, I lost it in this. Oh, that would be a really fun thing to do a segment on at some point. The secular songs that we sang in church.
Mm.
Oh, my list would be VV long.
And just like stick to the ones that you look back now and you're like, I can't believe they did that.
Yep,
Or like
I've got
the context of it makes. I think that'll be an
I've got
interesting.
plenty.
That would be fun. We could bring that back in
Katie
the new
says
year.
she loves this, so
Because our banter is,
we do have charming banter.
we do. So we will not be seeing y'all till after the new year. We'll see you at the end of January. This was like the one holiday episode between Thanksgiving and
Mhm.
Christmas.
We also need to
So-
change our slide at the end of that video that says last Sunday of every
Because now
month.
it's on Mondays. So
We've been
We should
Little-
probably change that to just say whenever we chaotically
Yeah.
manage to get
I
ourselves
think-
whenever we tell
together.
you.
No, we have
Stay
committed
tuned.
to Mondays.
Stay tuned.
We've committed to Mondays. We're just not doing a great job of telling y'all when we're back.
No.
Caitlin says she's gonna miss us. So one of the things is because obviously December, it's just all so crowded and aggressive.
Mm.
So we will miss you too.
But you know what, Abby?
Yeah.
We'll do some lives. How
I
about
was gonna say
we'll do some festive lives.
the 31st is a Saturday. So either the 31st for like 30 minutes, whatever our respective New Year's Eve plans are, we'll just huddle in a corner, or maybe the first we can like do a live.
I can probably do the first.
We could do like a hangover live.
We
You
go
shouldn't
like
be
pretty
asking
like
us live. We'll
ham
talk about it.
on the 31st.
And that's what I'm
right?
saying. Either do a 30-minute drunk live on New Year's Eve. That's
Drunk
just pure
live.
chaos.
Okay, but you never know what I'm going to say. So
Yeah, that's true. Okay.
So anyway, we hope that everyone has a wonderful Christmas, and a happy New Year.
Merry Christmas. That's probably my favorite. Merry Christmas. Get it in sync. Happy holiday.
I just want to make sure everyone remembers to give. Please, Daddy, don't get drunk on Christmas. Alyssa.
Yes, we need to listen to that one.
I did make a playlist, so maybe I'll post the playlist on my story.
Wow.
Do it. You
Is the
absolutely
DC Talk
should.
one on there?
No, because it's not on Spotify.
Yeah, they probably were
Can
embarrassed.
Christmas and Hollis be on the playlist? Because that's
Why don't you
also
ask
one of
your
my-
new friend Kevin Max why the Yo Ho Ho album isn't on Spotify? Man, that joke is so specific and so niche.
That is
it
a very
only
specific
work
joke.
in a very specific context.
Yeah, that's a fun sentence.
Yeah, that was such a funny sentence.
Yo, is it really called Yo Ho Ho?
It is really called Yo Ho Ho.
Yo ho ho.
And every time
Good
I
old
say it out loud,
CCM.
all I can think about is Yo Ho Ho and a bottle of.
Yeah,
Yo
that's what
Ho
it-
Ho and a Merry Christmas.
Oh my gosh.
If I
Okay.
ever meet Kevin Max, I'm gonna bring that tape and ask him to sign it. Can you please autograph my Yo Ho
Listen,
Ho tape?
Abby, you're gonna have to up your game here, because in the last 5 weeks, whatever it is, April and I met Jennifer Knapp, and then now she hung out with Kevin Max. So who's your CCM person gonna be?
I don't know.
We got ours. So by the time we meet next
Wait,
time, I'm gonna
is
need
each
you.
is each evangelical given one CCM
Yeah,
artist?
I didn't
they can
realize
cling
that was
to?
supposed to
I
be
don't
assigned
know how
one.
I could make this any more clear that Jennifer Knapp is mine. I might talk about her a weird amount of times. That one is mine. You
I'm
can have
deeply
Kevin.
sorry that I don't have cool enough friends for you. I will work on it.
I'm just saying you could meet one in the next little bit, and then we could all have our respective CCM new
It's
friends.
got to be a deconstructed one though, and that list is slimmer.
You need to find out where Nicole Nordman lives. Like, she's your only hope, I think, at this point. Like,
This is a weird conversation that makes
oh,
me.
this is weird.
Yes.
This
Like,
is weird.
Abby,
We're
please go stalk Nicole Nordman.
literally talking about masturbation the
Excuse
way
me,
that
let
we
me
talk
just
about it.
text
And
my
Nicole
friend that knows
Nordman
her and
is
be like,
too much.
"Hey, I've been
It's
given
just
an
too
assignment.
much.
I have to
Jesus.
befriend Nicole Nordman now.
I would
I'm
be
so
friends
sorry."
with Nicole Nordman. Okay. Merry fucking Christmas to you, Abby. And a Merry fucking Christmas to you, April. And a Merry fucking
yes.
Christmas. Oh, Katie actually knows somebody who knows Nicole.
Sweet. Into it.
April needs to go to bed.
I do.
And okay. I love y'all. Merry
Mwah.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Can't believe the
Mwah.
heretics are here for their second Christmas and that you all still want to listen to us talk, but we appreciate you. We hope you have a
Mhm.
wonderful holiday. Goodbye.
Bye.